Alright, so I'm here with my first set of investigation into MH17. What I'm planning to do is a couple videos, I don't know how many, but just investigating this thing, looking at certain news articles and shit, and really trying to figure out who did it, why, trying to answer certain questions or ask certain questions. I'm not going to try to find out really who did it, because that's very hard to find right now. But I'm just trying to, just ask certain questions and try, to investigate it sort of. So the first article I want to, first set of articles I want to detail here is just people who start blaming Russia. I mean, like right after the plane was shot down, everybody, like Ukraine's like Russia did it, and even some Americans, Russia did it, and I got John Kerry here. It says on PolitiFact.com, Kerry, Ukrainian separatists bragged on social media about shooting down Malaysian Flight 17. A lot of their core evidence for Russia did it is social media posts, YouTube posts, Twitter posts, and actually some of the, the evidence they've been using is like, evidence for the Russians doing it is they use a YouTube post, but experts said it was faked, it was not real, So, and I'm not going to pull up every article here, but I'm just going to pull up a few. You can look, I looked up the article, I saw the article, it said experts claim that the YouTube video was faked, so basically Kerry says here, Kerry's catch of evidence included a flow of major weapons from Russia to the rebels. Just because they have the weapon to shoot down the plane doesn't mean they did it. It was actually revealed in an article a mainstream news article, that Ukraine did have the Buk missiles. Buck, I don't even know what the fuck, how the fuck you pronounce it, but it's actually revealed that Ukraine does have the same missile system that they think shot down the plane, the Buk missile system. And he says the Russians trained the rebels to use an SA missile launcher like the one used to shoot down MH17. Of course they're trained to use it. I mean, it's like, of course they would train the people to use a weapon they're getting. It's like, that doesn't really prove anything, and then he's like, additionally, an SA-11 passed through the area where the launch originated in the past couple days, but it did not belong to Ukraine. He's just really saying stuff here and not really sourcing anything, I haven't even heard of any of these things anywhere, really. But apparently, he knows, he's like, what he says is gospel, so, I just believe him. And then this is a big one. He says, top it off, separatists have no, wait. I want to go to the part where, here we go, where the social media he talks about. We know that very shortly after the crash, separatists were bragging in the social media about having shot down a transport plane. And then he says, we know that the so-called defense minister of the People's Republic of Donetsk, Mr. Igor Straykov, actually posted a bragging social media posting of having shot down a military transport, and then when it became apparent it was civilian, they pulled it down from social media. So again, social media, using it as a source. You don't know if this guy's profile is fake, and actually a lot of the evidence that they've been using has come out as fake. So and then we'll go to Hillary Clinton. This article was so fucking ridiculous. Hillary Clinton says Russian-backed rebels likely shot down the plane. I was reading over this whole article, and it's just ridiculous. I was pretty mad through the entire thing. And she just acts like Americans are just innocent, and Ukraine good, Russia bad, America good. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but it's just people blaming Russia without any hard evidence to back up the claim. And everybody's screaming, oh, investigate it, send in investigators. I don't want a government investigating this thing, because the last time, governments have been proven to lie, 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 lie. You know, let's look back at the previous investigations with like the Warren Commission, the 9/11 Commission, underfunded. They just taken evidence that supports their theory of the story. And yes, the government's narrative of 9/11 and JFK, they are theories. They are conspiracy theories. They're not fact. Um, so I mean, could the Russians have done it? Yeah, they're probably actually the number one, uh, suspects here. Maybe number two. But then I'll go to this article where AP journalists, this is on the Huffington Post, it says AP journalists saw rebels with Buk missiles hours before MH17 crashed. There's nothing really to document this, but I mean, it's probably maybe true. I just wanted to bring it up. And then I also want to go to, this is on Newsweek. This Russian soldier said that they shot down the plane. They shot down MH17. Basically says he they thought it was a military jet, and then they realized it was a civilian one. But again, if that's the case, why was a plane flying over a war zone? So I think that's going to be it for this video here. Just, this one was pretty much about how people have been blaming Russia without any major evidence to back up their case. So yeah, and I also detailed some people who's, like this Russian soldier who said Russia did it. It's possible Russia did it, but the main question we should be asking is why was this plane flying over a war zone? Why? That's the number one question. Who did it? That's a big question too. But the main question is why? Why was this plane flying over a war zone? So there you go, people. There's your first little video, first investigation video into this situation. So there you go, people.